Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming out and listening to my speech. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Nina. And thank you, Spencer and Emily. Today, we will be talking about the rising epidemic of obesity in the United States. We will learn why we have such a high percentage of obesity occurring in the United States and how small changes can make a big difference. Obesity is a constant growing problem occurring not only nationwide, but globally as well. Did you know that the average American consumes about 3,600 calories per day? As fortunate as I am, I have never actually been classified into being obese, but have gotten really close. Back in elementary, you could say I was on the heavier side of kids. Through personal experience and actions I made, I was able to overcome being on the heavy side. We will talk about 3 points. We will talk about the number one reason for us being so fat. We will talk about how we can help relieve the problem. And then finally, we will talk about how minor changes can lay huge results. So let's begin with why is America so dang fat? Honestly, with how America has everything set up, I don't blame why people are the way they are. We literally have fast food restaurants 20 feet everywhere you look. They're a convenient source of cheap food that we can munch on while we carry on daily activities that we deem to be more important. These processed foods are high in fats and calories, which in time builds and builds and lays a total on us. According to the adult obesity facts, roughly about 66% of Americans today are considered overweight or obese, which is the primary reason for a lack of a proper diet. Overconsumption of healthy foods like fast food. If we want to change the way we look, it all starts with a proper diet. Now that we have talked about how the fast food industry values their money over our well-being, let's talk about how we can fix this problem. It may seem hard, but there are ways we can overcome this epidemic. You have to eat healthy if you want to look healthy. And according to Dr. Schooler in his 2019 article, our brains contain circuits that are playing by the rules of a survival game that no longer exist, he says. And those circuits tell us to crave fattening foods. Yes, healthy foods tend to be more expensive and not taste as great, but it's a necessary change for the overall well-being of our health. However, this is one of the main 2 processes one has to change if they desire a healthier lifestyle. Now, besides eating healthy, also comes exercising. Americans don't like that. Stereotypically, we are thought of being lazy, which is not fully true. However, if one wants to live a rich, healthy lifestyle, exercising and dieting is a must. Now that we have talked about the detrimental outcomes of eating fast food and how we can avoid being obese, let's talk about how small changes can go a big way. Instead of drinking those fizzy, sugary beverages, try substituting them with water. Gradually, over time, you'll see a difference starting on yourself. Just start yourself with what you are comfortable with cutting and then work your way from there. It's always best to start out with small steps and work yourself onto bigger steps. Finally, try to move more. Instead of taking the elevator, try using the stairs. Just find regular daily activities that you usually avoid and just try to walk more. According to the National Blood and Heart Lungs Institute, adults who are overweight or obese should try to lose 5 to 10% of their current weight in the trial of 6 months. I, Pedro Valdez, have informed you on the rising epidemic of obesity in the United States. We talked about 3 points. We talked about the number one reason for us being so fat. We talked about how we can help relieve the problem. Then we finally talked about how minor changes can lay huge results. With all this information, I hope to have made a bigger impact on how important it is to understand the way why our country is.